All right. This hair handled. Everyone in the chat, do me a favor. Tell me if you can hear me. Howdy, howdy, life beyond 6 feet. Howdy, paranorm girl. Harry Carey, always a pleasure to see you. Let's see. Catch up here real quick. Mm. All right. Show on the road. Everybody, welcome to another episode of Paranormal Happy Hour, where each kind of week we dive in with some of the strangest, oddest, weirdest news from all around the world. It's AI generated, and then I try to read it. This week we're going to start off with one of maybe the greatest headlines ever written: the Great Lasagna Assault of 2026. Folks, we always say that family dinners can get heated, but this is taking food fight to a whole new level. Police in Ohio were called to a domestic disturbance earlier this month where a woman allegedly assaulted her husband with a piping hot tray of lasagna. That's right, forget the rolling pin. Weapon of choice was pasta, cheese, and meat sauce. According to reports, the dispute started over something trivial but escalated quickly when the wife, fed up with her husband's comments, decided he needed to eat it, literally. The husband was found The husband was found with sauce covering his face and clothes, but thankfully, no serious injuries were reported, other than perhaps a Brussels sprout or two and a bruised ego and a ruined dinner. Really gives a new meaning to Mamma Mia, doesn't it? Authorities have remained, or authorities have reminded the public that while Italian food is to be enjoyed, it is not to be used as a projectile. The woman is facing charges, and we suspect the husband will be ordering takeout for the foreseeable future. The Country Club Pickleball Brawl, February 13th, 2026, location, Port Oregon, Florida, USA. You think pickleball is a general game for retirees? Well, think again. Chaos erupted at a ritzy Florida country club when a polite match turned into a 20-person brawl. It all started with a dispute over a kitchen rule violation. That's the non-volley zone for those of you not up on your pickleball lingo. Witnesses say paddles were thrown, punches were landed, and what started as a doubles match turned into a royal rumble. One couple, Anthony and Julianne Sapenza, I think, were actually arrested after the dust settled. The police report describes a scene of absolute pandemonium with senior citizens and club members diving into the fray. Just goes to show that the competitive spirit is alive and well in the sunshine in the Sunshine State. If you're heading out to the courts this weekend, just maybe bring a helmet along with you and maybe some body armor. Life beyond 6 feet. Thank you for letting us know you Mexican lasagna. I don't know what that is. Man, and everybody, damn, people are getting excited about lasagna over there. Hey, hey, crepe with cream. Good deal. Moving on. Florida man robs van, locks himself inside. Date February 20th. Today, y'all. And we can't have a weird news segment without checking in on our favorite superhero, Florida man. This morning, a would be car thief in Florida met his match, the door lock. The man attempted to break into and rob a GMC Savannah van, but in a twist of poetic justice, he managed to lock himself inside the vehicle. The owner of the van came out to find a thief sweating and trapped, frantically trying to figure out how to unlock the door from the inside. By the time police arrived, the suspect had effectively detained himself. Talk about making the officer's job easy. And a classic case of failing to plan, if you're going to steal a car, just step one is usually make sure you can get out. We're happy to report the van is safe, and the only thing stolen was the thief's dignity. Oh, yeah, to be the cat. Hello, welcome to the chat. We are adamantly against lasagna. Um, I think the pickleball brawl. I'm pretty sure this is exactly how the pickleball brawl started. It was actually over lasagna rules. So I'm kind of excited to see that happen in the chat. Man, moving on. The mystery of the 72 dead tigers. February 8th through the 19th, 2026 location. I can't pronounce, but it's in Thailand. We have a somber and baffling mystery coming out of Thailand this week. Wildlife officials are scratching their heads after 72 tigers were found dead between February 8th and 19th. This isn't poaching. Initial reports suggest some kind of sudden, sweeping epidemic or environmental factor. The scale of this tragedy is unprecedented. To lose that many apex predators in such a short window is alarming. It's absolutely shocking. Conservationists worldwide teams are currently on the ground collecting samples to determine if this is a new virus or perhaps a case of mass poisoning. We are waiting on toxicology reports, but the story is developing fast. It's a stark reminder of how fragile our ecosystems really are. We'll keep you posted as soon as we know what caused this heartbreaking loss. And I do have to add in here, this is incredibly sad. There are not a lot of tigers left, and I'm not going to insert a Frosted Flakes commercial joke anytime soon. Mm, fun fact, tigers hate. Good to know. Hello, copy kitty. Just take a little boob break. Back at it again. I'm not sure if we've had a single paranormal happy hour without bringing up mutant rabbits in Colorado. So we're going to keep that tradition alive. February 17th, 2026, location Fort Collins, Colorado. You're in Colorado. You might want to double check that bunny in your backyard. Residents in Fort Collins are reporting sightings of what they're calling mutant rabbits. These poor critters are sporting strange horn like growths on their heads, making them look like the mythical jackalope. But it's not mythology, folks, it's biology. Experts say these rabbits are suffering from the cottontail papillomavirus. I said that right, which causes words I can't pronounce, basically tumors that look like horns. It's a bit gruesome, but it's sparking a lot of cryptid talk online. Well, they do look scary. Officials say there generally aren't any threats made by them to humans, but they are asking people not to approach them. It's nature's way of reminding us that the truth is often stranger and spikier than fiction. Oh, Colorado got something on the water. Hmm. Let's see. And by the way, too, if anybody has any strange news that they don't see me bringing up, throw it in the chat. We can always do a little Google search. Moving on to our next story. The Deep Earth Military Discovery, February 16th, 2026. Location undisclosed, global. Now, put on your tinfoil hats for this one. Reports have been circulating since Monday about a military operation that uncovered a massive underground structure at a depth of 2,570 meters. That's over a mile and a half down. The internet is ablaze with rumors that this structure shouldn't exist, according to human history. The few details leaking out describe a site where sunlight was a rumor and color had long since bled away. It's very poetic. Some are calling it an ancient bunker. Others are saying it's evidence of a pre human civilization. Of course, official channels are tight lipped, which only fuels the fire. Is it a secret base, an archaeological anomaly, or just a really well crafted internet hoax? We don't know for sure yet, but the buzz around this deep Earth discovery is getting louder by the day. By the way, just a heads up, all these articles do have links and sources in this episode's show notes. So as you're moving over there to look, just make sure to give a little like, click that subscribe button, and then click to go read the articles yourself. Let us know if you find anything. Have a quick booze break. Next up, we have strange stone tunnels and new life forms. February 20th, 2026 location, Nambia, Oman, Saudi Arabia, somewhere in the Middle East. Adding to the underground mysteries, geologists in Nambia, Oman, and Saudi Arabia have stumbled upon strange stone tunnels that they say could point to a never before seen life form. These aren't your typical caves. They're narrow, parallel channels bored through ancient rock. The precision of these tunnels has baffled scientists. They don't match the burrowing patterns of any known worm or insect, ancient or modern. Speculation is running wild that we might be looking at a biological signature from deep time that we've completely missed out on until now. It's a fantastic reminder that we know more about the surface of Mars than we do about the rocks right under our feet. Who or what made these tunnels? Science is on the case. Paranorm Girl says, news not news, but opinion on the recent 7 seconds, was it 7 second no gravity hoax or Obama very non yes. Yeah. Um Air Force back in here? All right. Harry of 51. That is an awesome name. Welcome. Did I miss Dwayne popping up? Who else in here? Am I missing folks? I'm not sure. Anyways, welcome y'all. Sorry if I missed you. I've been looking down at the script. Yeah, the gravity thing. I'm gonna start off with this, Paranorm Girl. Um, about the thing. I do you recall what Cryptid Joe? Hello. Oh, Cryptid Joe. Sorry, man. Didn't mean to start without you. Um, yeah, Paranorm Girl just asked about the 7 seconds or so of gravity, right? Of missing gravity that's supposed to be coming up. Um, I have a question. So, not even getting into the actual scientific aspects of that, of if that could possibly happen, right? But would you, as the leader of a country, inform citizens if that was going to happen? Just curious. Actually, I want to see y'all's opinion on that. If you knew that there was nothing you could do and that the Earth was going to just lose gravity for 7 seconds, would you warn folks? I don't know. But on the scientific front, I'm curious to see what the arguments are, or the theories are, that mass could suddenly lose gravity. Because if that was possible, that would kind of throw physics on its head. While I do admit that that is a fantastic idea for a sci-fi, that's crazy. That would be Michael Bay would be all over that. Uh, I'm not sure how it'd be possible for the Earth and something the size of the Earth to just lose, the fabric of gravity itself. So I'm curious, but yeah, throw up in the chat. Yes or no? Would you tell the population of the country if there was nothing you could do and that we were all just going to lose gravity on a certain date and time for 7 seconds, for 8 seconds? If you knew for a fact, you say didn't have a way to handle it, right? Area 51 said, I would run outside and jump into the air as hard as I could just to experience the flight. All right, man. Hell yeah. Doobie the cat says, I have some things I'd like to tie down, right? Right. Honestly, Doobie the cat, to follow up on that, I have some things I would like to untie, but I can't say those things legally. Moving on. Snow leopard versus AI fake news. February 11th, 2026, China. Here is a story that perfectly captures the year 2026, and gotta agree with them on this. A viral image circulated last week showing a skier in China supposedly being mauled by a snow leopard. The image was terrifying and shared millions of times all over the internet. And I have to admit myself, I saw this 5 or 6 different times across multiple accounts. But see, the thing is, there was one problem. It was fake. It turns out, well, there was a report of an encounter. The dramatic image everyone saw was AI generated. Conservationists are now sounding the alarm, saying these hyper realistic fake images are creating unnecessary panic and demonizing wildlife. It's a cautionary tale for all of us scrolling through our feeds. Just because it looks real doesn't mean it happened. Snow leopard is elusive, but apparently the AI hoaxers are everywhere. And I got to emphasize something too here. Do y'all remember, and everyone in the chat, feel free to hop in with this. Do y'all remember the Russian town which had snow like 5, 6, 7 stories up? This was just a few weeks ago. Almost everything that I'm coming across is saying that that's a hoax, but the amount of mainstream or even, quote unquote credible news sources are saying it's real. And maybe it's, I don't know. I don't think it's just me, but I feel like news is moving so fast at this point in time, and we're being struck with visuals. I mean, we're very visual creatures, that it's so hard to separate or to give time to separate fact from AI fantasy, right? W- it's easy to kind of not believe everything you read. It's hard when you're watching something that looks so real that's in front of you, and then there's so much other scary, intense news popping up. I mean, finding out that we're all underneath the toes of a pedophilic cabal that's cannibalizing children. I mean, like, at that point, what isn't believable? Just had to throw that in there. Ah, Harry Carey, the one and only. Harry Carey said, "What's your favorite planet?" Mine is the sun. That is a classic. Um, and I think the sun's up there. Well, no, let me take that back. Saturn. Saturn. I like the rings. And, it used to be a good car company. Believe nothing you hear and only half of what you see. Area 51. Okay. Can use Grok to check authenticity. You could. You could. Although Grok has, they all do. I mean, they're all created by humans. They're all going to have a pretty intense bias. I do love the stories that have come out about, what was it? Elon Musk was asking Grok about himself, and Grok just started tearing into him, saying that we need to be afraid of Elon Musk, that, he's a fascist, authoritarian, technocrat, da 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 da, just like on down the line, and that he's an evil billionaire. And I have a feeling if you ask Grok about that right now, it might change its tone. Something tells me. Do have our uh, executive producer here, Data. Data, say hi. But he has some important executive producer work to do. All right, moving on. Ancient fingerprint found on 2,400-year-old boat. February 16th, 2026, location Denmark. Talk about a cold case. Archaeologists examining a 2,400-year-old Danish warboat have found something incredibly human, a fingerprint, preserved in the tar used to seal the vessel. This fingerprint belongs to one of the ancient shipbuilders. It's a tiny detail, but it connects us instantly to a person who lived and worked over 2 millennia ago. Scientists are hoping to use modern forensics to maybe even tell us the age or gender of the worker. It's not often you get to shake hands with someone from the Iron Age, but that's essentially what's happened here. A clumsy thumbprint from the past has become a priceless artifact today. Area 51. See that the black cat has reported. It's true. And he is right here. I wish I didn't have the background noise on my microphone getting canceled out, or else y'all would hear some very loud purring. He's happy I'm back in the studio. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've been in the studio. So yeah, he's always happy. All right. Moving back to Florida man. Florida man saves pregnant woman. He did something good this time. February for February 13th, 2026, Florida, USA. Let's bring it back to Florida for a heroic twist. We usually roast Florida man, but this week, one of them is a bona fide hero. Logan Hayes jumped into a pond to save a drowning pregnant woman just hours before she was due to give birth. The woman's car had careened into the water, and Hayes didn't hesitate. He dove in, pulled her to safety, and likely saved 2 lives in the process. It's the kind of story that restores your faith in humanity and arguably, potentially, maybe, hopefully, Florida. So, credit where credit's due, Florida man, you did good. Well, we'll let you off the hook a little bit for this one. Anyways, or the incident. God, man, Florida, I live there. It's as bad as everybody says it is. I do remember the what was it? The spice epidemic. That was it was a fun time to only have a bike when living in Florida. Well, oh. Dada, buddy, do you want? Here, I'll bring you up here, bud. You can hang out right here. All right, is that good? All right, let me get you just like this. There you go. Is that good, buddy? This is a hard angle to hold you at, man. Okay. All right, we're gonna have to flip the page on this one, okay? UFOs are just lights. Mexico's aerial mystery. February 13th, 2026, location Mexico. Skywatchers in Mexico were treated to a bizarre spectacle last week. A trio of peculiar aerial illuminations was caught on video, hovering and moving in ways that defy conventional aircraft physics. The footage has been making the rounds on paranormal forums. See, the lights appeared to be in formation, pulsing in shifting colors. Debunkers are saying drones or flares, but the witnesses on the ground swear it was silent, unlike anything they had ever seen before. Let's flip the page. We're not saying it's aliens, but we're not saying it's not aliens. Keep your eyes on the skies, folks. Put you down, bud. There you go. Okay. Deer on Ice, February 18th, 2026. Location New Jersey, USA. Firefighters in New Jersey had a slippery situation on their hands this Wednesday. A deer decided to take a stroll on a frozen river. Bad idea. The ice gave way and Bambi went for a freezing dip. Multiple departments responded with ice rescue gear. It was a tense few minutes, but they managed to lasso the deer and haul it back to solid ground. The deer, seemingly ungrateful, shook off the water and bolted back into the woods immediately. No, thank you. No autograph. No pat on the head or that a boy. Just back to nature. At least it was a happy ending for the deer, even if the firefighters got a little chilly in the process. Hannibal's elephant bone? Question mark. February 17th, 2026 location, a historical site. History buffs get ready. Data, do not eat the pages of the script. Okay, good job. Cut that out. Where was I? History buffs get ready. Archaeologists have unearthed a 2,200-year-old bone that they believed might be the first direct evidence of Hannibal's legendary war elephants. For centuries, crossing for centuries, the crossing of the Alps has been the stuff of legend. Physical proof has been scarce. This bone could change everything. If confirmed, it pinpoints exactly where the Carthaginian general took his massive beasts on their march towards Rome. It's a literal piece of a 2,000-year-old puzzle falling into place. Imagine finding a bone and realizing it belonged to a tank of the ancient world. This is absolutely insane. I don't know if there's any other history nerds out there. I kind of feel like you can't be into the paranormal if you're not, but it's kind of nuts. 5,000-year-old fortress found in Romania. February 17th, 2026 location, Nemat County, Romania. Right? Got that up there. All right. Using high tech LiDAR drones, researchers have spotted a massive 5,000-year-old fortress hidden deep in the forests of Romania. This isn't just a small outpost, it's a significant fortification that has been lost to nature for millennia. The scans reveal walls, structures, and a layout that suggests a complex society was operating there long before previously thought. It's amazing what you can find when you strip away the trees with lasers. Makes you wonder what else is hiding in the dense forests of Europe, just waiting for a drone to fly over. That's wild. Juby the Cat is saying a couple of the elephants were thought to have been kept as pets. I believe it. I mean, if I had the option to keep an elephant as a pet 2,000 plus years ago, I probably would have done it. These days, not so much, but 2,000 years ago, it was a different time. The cordyceps mutation fear. February 18th, 2026, across the general scientific community, fans of The Last of Us, myself included, you might want to cover your ears. A new scientific paper published this week discussed a mutated cordyceps fungus. While it's not turning people into zombies yet, researchers are looking at how solar radiation could theoretically cause these fungi to jump from insects to warm blooded animals. This is sketchy. The study is largely theoretical, warning about the potential for fungal evolution, but the headlines have everyone a little bit on edge. The idea of a sci fi villain fungus becoming reality is enough to keep you up at night. This is totally true. Let's just hope this stays in the lab and doesn't decide to start a franchise in the real world. For those of y'all that are hearing about this and might not understand the thing with cordyceps, cordyceps are fascinating. They're an awesome area of the fungi kingdom, right? Um, they're also incredibly good for you, medicinally speaking. But cordyceps have the distinct ability to infect insects and literally turn them into zombies. So while uh, a lot of that kind of lives in the realm of fiction and it happening to humans, and there's the whole rigmarole with that. Cordyceps do that. You can go watch videos right now online, all over YouTube, of, say, for instance, ants or beetles, where their entire body is decomposed. It's completely hollowed out. The ant clearly doesn't even have like a brain or most of its head left, and its body is completely gone. But the cordyceps mushroom, which has infected it, is causing the ant or the beetle or the bug to actually be walking and moving. It's reanimating a dead thing. This is a real, like, the zombie virus does exist, just uh not for humans yet. And at least not that we know of. So this whole fear of, hey, solar radiation could cause an evolution, that is really sketchy. That is worth taking note of. And I will bring everybody back to, uh, oh shoot, what was it called? The Night of the Living Dead, first one. All those zombies started with radiation from a meteor that was going over Earth. If you remember, there was a weird shift in zombie movies and kind of, what would you say, the zombie genre itself, where originally it was more close to the actual historically accurate slash currently accurate views of zombies out of the Caribbean, which was drug induced, right, or spell induced. Then for a brief period of time, it was radiation, and then it became a virus in cinema. So yeah, George A. Romero, he might have been onto something. He might have been completely right. Who knows? But as long as we all get to hang out with Pedro Pascal, I think we'll all be pretty happy about that. Area 51 said, "Yes, I kind of feel and may exist at least a little bit with what we call today's media." Norm Girl said, "Ruh-roh, this is the beginning, guys." Area 51 also says, "Let's not forget, when elephants go to war, it's the grass that suffers." That was good. What does the Roman peace look like? I don't know. I don't actually know. And Data was eating the script, so you're gonna have to pull down to the notes. I think it was let's see, that would have probably been article 12 or 13. I have them numbered and listed there with links to it. Hmm. All right. Moving on. Florida man doping scandal. February 17th, 2026. We're back to Florida man. We have another Florida man entry, but this one has international consequences. A Florida man has been indicted for supplying banned substances to top tier athletes, including sprinters involved in major games. This wasn't just a guy in a gym locker room. This was a sophisticated operation allegedly influencing major sporting events. Seems all roads in the doping world eventually lead to the Sunshine State. The investigation is ongoing, but it looks like a lot of records might need to be marked with an asterisk soon. February 19th, 2026, Jaguar versus school bus. In a matchup between a luxury Jaguar and a big yellow school bus, the bus always wins. A Florida man found out the hard way on Thursday when he drove his Jaguar directly into the back of a school bus, getting it wedged underneath. The driver, identified as Jacob Novik, was arrested shortly after. Miraculously, no kids were seriously injured, but the Jaguar is likely a total loss. It's a good reminder that money can buy a nice car, but it can't buy driving skills. Ancient Rome, Night Sting. YouTube is doing something very interesting right now. I just want to point that out to you guys. Uh, Sorry to just break the fourth wall here, but uh, it's fluctuating the number of viewers that we're getting on this video a lot, like too much. Like for a second there, it said that there was only like one person watching, which isn't true because I'm watching people comment in the chat. So, anyways, if you're here, say something in the comments. Let's get a Florida hanging Chad situation thing going here. Let's get a recount going here. I'm talking 2,000, baby. what is it, 1700-year-old Roman. I can't pronounce that. I'm not smart enough to pronounce that, Harry Carey. I'm not that smart. Area 51, unless it's a short bus, right? Actually, I'm going to take a quick booze break. Give me just a moment. Hmm. All right. For a second there with that article, I thought a Jaguar was literally going to fight a school bus, and I'm kind of here for it. Okay. This next one is Ancient Rome, Night Sting, February 20th, 2026. Location, Jerusalem. In a scene straight out of Indiana Jones, authorities in Jerusalem executed a quote night sting operation that led to a massive 2,000-year-old discovery. They caught looters in the act, which led them to a previously unknown site. The artifacts recovered are stunning and provide a new window into Roman era Jerusalem. It's a cat and mouse game between archaeologists and looters. And this time, the good guys won. I'm also going to add there's only a degree separating an archaeologist from a looter. Hot take. These artifacts belong in a museum that pays money for it. And thanks to this operation, that's exactly where they're going. A speed cube, and that Yoda, hi baby boy, uh, appears to be the core of a what? Interesting. Hey, Carrie, you always say fascinating stuff. And honestly, I do mean what I've said multiple times. I would love to get some time off camera chatting with you. You, you're an interesting character. Mm-hmm. Moving on. Shark attack versus the other threat. Harry Carey. I can't read your comments. Data, do not eat the script. All right. Back to the show. Shark attacks versus the other threat. For 2020, say 26. Location Australia. Down under. They are rethinking what scares them. A new report out of Australia suggests that while shark attacks get all the headlines, there is a surprising animal encounter that is rising in frequency and danger. We won't spoil the surprise, but let's just say it involves creatures you wouldn't expect to be fighting for territory. The report urges beachgoers to be aware of their surroundings and not just look for fins in the water. Australia, where everything is trying to kill you, even the things you least expect. All right. Genetic mystery solved. I have no idea what that's referencing here. Genetic mystery solved by ancient DNA. February 17th, 2026. Location, global science. Scientists have cracked a 12,000-year-old cold case. By studying ancient DNA, researchers has solved the mystery of a rare genetic growth disorder. They found the genetic marker in prehistoric remains, proving this condition has been with humanity for eons. This isn't just academic. Understanding the ancient history of the disease sorry, helps modern doctors treat it better today. It's amazing how looking back can help us move forward in medicine. I think that's getting to be about it. What else we got here? Crabs? Seagulls? Well, I have no idea. I think our AI show writer has dropped the ball just a little bit. That's coming from me. I'm the king of dropping the ball. Hmm. See if there's any other stories we should cover on this list before I sign off for the night. I think that might be it. I can neither confirm or deny that I have owned at least one of those. Wait, crab, seagulls, koala. Oh, Area 51, you odd creature. Yeah, I think that's about it for odd stories. I do have a couple extra uh in the show notes, but honestly, going to read them kind of suck. So, as always, feel free to reach out to us at Beer, Booze, and Boogeyman on any of the social media platforms you are on. We're not going to respond to them all there, but we do have accounts and eventually might find it. If you do happen to use Instagram or TikTok and you come across a awesome, weird, strange article, share it with us. Send it over to Beer Booze Boogeyman on Instagram or TikTok. We will gladly do a little bit of a deep dive into it and share it on the show, including give you credit. We appreciate you. And yeah, like and subscribe. I mean, it's totally free. And we appreciate every time you like, every time you subscribe, you give four people a huge smile. Look at that. So easy to do. Well, I love y'all. Stay safe. Don't get eaten by the president. And see you soon. Bye.